Hi everyone, my name is Minahil Asim. I'm an assistant professor of education leadership, policy and program evaluation at the Faculty of Education at the University of Ottawa. I teach courses in the education leadership, policy and program evaluation concentration, and I also teach research methods courses in the graduate program. I have two strands of research. The first strand of research looks at decision making in education bureaucracies. So specifically, I study what school level actors do in low and middle income country contexts. I have a very specific project in Pakistan that looks at school management committees and school leadership and how their decisions influence student outcomes. And then I have a project in Ghana that looks at how middle tier actors, so district actors, regional actors, they make decisions about education. My second strand of research is more program evaluation and policy focused. So I study specific interventions that can improve student outcomes, again, in low and middle income country contexts. So for example, I have a recent grant that looks at transitions of students from secondary to post-secondary education. And I'm trying to study what factors enable them to make these transitions. I do mixed methods research. What that means is that I look at qualitative and quantitative data in my research. So students are involved in all aspects of the research process. For example, I've had students who start off with doing a literature review for a project, and then they move on to analyzing secondary data using statistical analysis. So one of my students, for example, here at the University of Ottawa, we're working with statistical software, data, for example, together to understand patterns on post-secondary education achievement. And then, they're involved in the cleaning and the analysis of qualitative data with me as well. So I have a very hands-on approach with the way I work with students because, I was also a student just a few years ago, so I understand how this process works. And, eventually leading up to a publication that I, always co-author with my students. So as I described my two main research areas before, in the first research area, I work directly with policymakers at the national level of government in Pakistan, for example, or the district level bureaucrats in Ghana. So every research that I do, I have partnerships with the government, with policymakers in the context that I work in, with the hope that the research that we co-produce informs policy and better decision making in those contexts. Similarly, in the program evaluation strand of my research, I work directly with organizations that are implementing the program so that it's not just an impact evaluation from the outside, but also people who are involved with the organization are able to learn and embed the evaluation within their systems and projects.